Next week's opera matinee celebrates the 50th anniversary of the Glyndebourne Festival Opera with a film of Peter Hall's acclaimed 1973 production of Mozart's Marriage of Figaro. That's at the earlier time of 2:35 next Sunday. Channel 4's new series on leading designers starts tonight with fashion designer Karl Lagerfeld, whose individual taste for interior design is reflected in his extraordinary styles. Karl Lagerfeld talks about his work for three of the most prestigious fashion houses in the world, the challenge of Chanel, his furs for Fendi, and his creations for Chloe, and tells of his recent decision to strike out on his own. Design, Karl Lagerfeld, tonight at 7:15 on Channel 4. In a few minutes, the news summary, closely followed by the return of Face the Press, with a special satellite edition from Jordan. His Royal Highness King Hussein will be answering questions from Robert Fisk of The Times and Patrick Seal of The Observer, under the watchful eye of Chairman Anthony Howard.
This is Flotex contract carpet. Thanks to its unique construction and smooth upright pile, it's just right for banks and offices, restaurants, hotels, shops, because no matter what you spill on it, Flotex CC comes up like new. In fact, we guarantee Flotex contract carpet for 10 years. Flotex CC. Prove it for yourself. For a free sample pack and full details, just dial 100 and ask for free phone Flotex.
Magic, mystery, all of this at Camelot.
Camelot, a totally different experience that takes you to mysterious caverns to meet Merlin and Warlock the Dragon, the enchanted castle where animated life-size figures bring the legend to life, and Frontier's Land, where an American train and Europe's first participation adventure playground make it a day of magical mystery at Park Hall, Charnock Richard, off the M6.
Fantasy at Camelot.
Here at Le Planche School of Motoring is very tough life for cars. So, we are choosing the Citroen Visa hatchback. Of course, which is 1100 engine and slower, Citroen Visa is very, very nippy on traffic. Calm and comfortable in a wide range of road conditions. With only one major service a year. Not forgetting the powerful disc brakes. I said not forgetting the powerful. Also is specially protected against rust.
Come here, boy. It's only natural for active people to have foot and shoe odor. Come on, fella. Go on, boy. There's a good boy. Odor-Eaters has a unique activated charcoal formula designed to destroy foot and shoe odor for up to 3 months. Guaranteed. Don't take it out on your friend. Get Odor-Eaters.
Merseyside County Council helped open the door for Brookside, an enterprising new concept in television serials. When Phil Redmond was trying to set up Mersey TV, some people were skeptical. Not Merseyside County Council, whose help and advice on finance and planning helped Phil Redmond turn a dream into the most famous close in the country. If you're getting nowhere with an enterprising idea, talk to Merseyside County Council's Economic Development Office. Our door is always open.
Start reading Fitness magazine and you'll be surprised what'll happen to your body.
And move, and 2, and 3, and 4. Come on, bend. 2, 3.
You'll start to shape up with the special fitness exercise program.
4. Come on, stretch. 2, 3, 4.
And we'll hit you with exciting features on health and diet, fashion, beauty, and sport. And this month, get into shape with Diet 2000. So if you want to get fit, get fitness.
Ashfords of Reddish, we're the Northwest's biggest manufacturers of garden fencing. Our panels start at £3.60, including VAT. Our ready-made super shed can grow in your garden from £69, and that includes floor, roofing, and all fittings. Take it away and erect today. Ashfords of Reddish, Gorton Road, Stockport.
Dreams of becoming a football star start with amateur dramatics for Alan Bleasdale's Scully.
The two ugly sisters are going to be Maureen Connor and Janet Fraser.
Well, they won't need no makeup.
Scully, I think you've got the hardest part, but I also think it's the best.
Yeah, I don't know. The glass slipper.
No, the fairy godmother.
Drop in tomorrow at 8 for Scully and his friends, here on Channel 4.
I know one thing. Kenny Dalglish wouldn't do this.
I'm your fairy godmother. Don't be afraid. Turning the town red.
In a couple of minutes, King Hussein of Jordan talks to Face the Press. But first, here's the latest news summary from ITN.
The Chief Constable of South Yorkshire has blamed the miners' strike for 2 nights of violence in the pit village of Maltby. Mr. Peter Wright said frustration had built up during the dispute and culminated in attacks on the police. A union official has asked miners in the area to calm down. Last night, bottles and stones were thrown at police after about 90 youths gathered in the streets. On Friday, a mob of 200 stoned the police station. Voters in 6 common market countries went to the polls today to elect their members of the European Parliament. The other 4 countries, including Britain, voted on Thursday. The results are expected from late tonight. And in Poland, the voters appear to have ignored a solidarity call to boycott today's national elections, the first since martial law was imposed. The elections are being seen as a test of strength between solidarity and the government. The Indian Prime Minister, Mrs. Ghandi, has written to Mrs. Thatcher asking her help to control the reaction of Sikhs in Britain to the storming of the Golden Temple in Amritsar. She's also concerned that a group of Sikhs have set up a government in exile in London. 3 leading members of the INLA's political wing have been arrested in Belfast. They include the Belfast chairman of the Irish Republican Socialist Party, Mr. Kevin McQuillan. The funeral of Paul McCann, the INLA gunman who apparently shot himself last Friday after killing a policeman, will be held tomorrow. In Canada, Mr. John Turner will take over from Prime Minister Trudeau when he retires next month. Mr. Turner, who first bid for the leadership of the Liberal Party in 1968, was elected last night at a party convention in Ottawa. That's the end of this bulletin from ITN. The next news is on ITV at 6:30.
Following the 10:15 news on ITV tonight, Peter Sissons and Alistair Burnett present Europe 84, an up-to-the-minute report on the European elections as the results come in from 10 different countries. Back to this country now and a look at the weather. Tonight, Northern Ireland and Scotland will be cloudy with rain at times, but away from western coasts the rain will be light. Over England and Wales, the last of the thundery showers will die out. In most parts of Britain, the night will be warm and humid, and it'll become misty. During tomorrow, the rain in Scotland will become limited to western coasts. Most of Scotland and Northern Ireland will be dry with some sunshine. North-West England and West Wales will be cloudy with a little rain, but for most of England and Wales, the day will be very warm with some sunshine. And that's the weather. Now on 4, Anthony Howard returns with the first of a new series of Face the Press.
Facing the press this afternoon from Amman is King Hussein of Jordan. Now 48 years old, the king first came to power 31 years ago, at the age of 17, in the same year as the Queen, whom he welcomed to Amman 3 months ago. King Hussein has defied all prophecies and predictions by keeping his fragile Middle Eastern kingdom in being through more than 3 decades. Despite some traumas along the way, he has today restored his relationship with the Palestine Liberation Organization, whose leader, Yasser Arafat, succeeded him as the official spokesman for the Palestinians just 10 years ago. With me to question King Hussein are Patrick Seal, special writer on Middle Eastern affairs for The Observer, and Robert Fisk, Middle Eastern correspondent of The Times. Sir, could I begin by asking you about the present state of your relations with America? You said, I think, in March, that in an election year, there were grave difficulties in having dealings with the United States. You said that it was pursuing double standards in the Middle East. Has anything that's happened since caused you to change your mind, or do you still despair of any American initiative this side of an election?
I don't think there is any chance of any American initiative this side of an election, and probably even beyond that.
But so as early as February, as recently as February, you were in Washington, and you saw the president with President Mubarak of Egypt, I think, and you both at that time endorsed the president's initiative. And suddenly in March, we have this sharp and bitter attack on American policies. At the same time, since then, you repeatedly called for a Soviet role in the peace process. Now, the questions I'd like to say is, why the sudden switch from February to March? And then secondly, of course, what role do you see the Russians playing? And isn't the fact that the Russians and the Americans are on such bad terms, isn't this a recipe for failure for any peace conference?
Well, to begin with, we have always been for an international conference for the Security Council, possibly the permanent members of the Security Council, playing a